Welcome back to the Please Be Fucking For Real podcast.
Episode 2.
Episode 2 on you hoes. And we back and we staying consistent. 2024, right?
Standing on business. And you already know who I am. It's Quarter Quay. Back at it again.
And I'm Mickey Markell. Ready for another session. How was your past 2 weeks, friend?
It was good. But I'm in need, definitely, of a drink. Tell them what we're drinking tonight.
Ooh, okay. So, in honor of you wanting us to do a little martini, but a little espresso martini, we got some coffee and we got a little tequila instead.
Okay. You know.
So, we're going to do a little shot of this repasado.
So, cheers to episode 2.
Cheers to episode 2. Feel free for y'all to do one at the house or in the car. I'm just playing.
And we chasing it with the espresso. Don't do it in the car. Whatever.
Yeah. That was a jokey joke.
So, you already know if you did tune into our inaugural episode, we first start everything off with I Know That's Right.
I know that's right.
And like we said before, this is a segment where we give accolades, appreciations, and acknowledgments to people, black people, people of color, that are doing things that, is the right thing to do. And, that's why we say, I know that's right, girl. So first off, we're going to start off with somebody who has connections to our hometown, Sacramento. And
North specifically.
It's a band that recently did a Tiny Desk concert for NPR. They've been getting a lot of recognition. That song that's really popular on TikTok right now goes, "Can I call you Rose? Can I call you?"
Actually, you brought it to my attention last week. But it's
Yeah.
a beautiful song. They have a lot of more beautiful songs. I'm digging the whole 70s vibe.
I really thought it was an older band when I initially heard the song, but I didn't do any further research. But I was having a conversation with a friend of a friend, and they were telling me that this guy, the lead singer, his name is Josh Lane. He actually went to my high school here in Sacramento, and at some point or another, he moved to San Diego to pursue his dream of becoming an artist, and that's when they formed the group The Sacred Souls, who did that song we just mentioned. And it's kind of a big deal to get a Tiny Desk concert. Like, they usually leave
huge.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So the song's been popular. I think it came out in 2022, but to have a Tiny Desk concert by 2024 is an amazing thing.
That's an amazing accomplishment.
So,
that's the A-list of the A-list have Tiny Desk.
I listened to their album, and it was like a EP or something. It was 7 or 8 songs, but I listened to it all the way through. And that says a lot, because you can't really say that about a lot of projects, especially R&B. I don't even know if you would call it R&B, maybe soul.
Yeah, they're going for the classic doo-wop
vibe.
Yeah.
But it's if you in the mood for it, it slaps. So I definitely...
It's definitely a vibe, especially with this Valentine's season coming up.
Absolutely.
I agree. All of the Twitter and the reels.
Yeah.
I think shout out to Endercombe High School in San Diego, because San Diego is my original hometown. I was born there.
Right.
And I live right around the corner from Endercombe. I was just too old to go there. But yeah, shout out to both of those. They said that they formed in 2019, and it's only 2024. So it's
only
huge.
up from here, yeah. So
yeah.
So my I Know That Right again is The Sacred Souls with lead singer Josh Lane, coming out of Sacramento. He's doing
Go ahead, Josh.
I
know that's right.
I know that's right. And it's only up from here. So that's my I Know That's Right. And
my I Know That's Right is the one and only Detective Sergeant Misty Caruso from American Nightmare. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. Yes. On Netflix, there's this new, if you guys haven't seen it, you ain't been on Netflix in the last 2 weeks. But it is a new documentary. It's only 3 episodes.
The crazy thing is, I remember when all that was happening. Like I remember
in real time.
In real time, it was in 2009. It was my senior year, and I remember the girl like got kidnapped and went missing. It was a big deal. So it was kind of crazy to see it played out on. But they did a good job.
Well, for those of you, it's going to be some spoilers in it because we're going to talk about that today. For those of you who have seen it, you guys know that Detective Sergeant Misty Caruso is the prime person that connected all the dots, that solved everything. She saved the day.
Well, basically, we should also talk about what the movie's about. It's basically about a couple who goes to the police and they say they've been kidnapped. And it's like a really bizarre story about how they got kidnapped. But instead of helping...
Well, wait. His girlfriend got kidnapped.
His girlfriend got kidnapped.
And he was left there.
And he got tied up.
And then he waited 48 hours to call the police because they said they were going to kill her if he called the police.
Right. There's a lot of details that made the whole situation seem super bizarre.
Yeah.
So
it sounds unbelievable.
But instead of investigating, they basically tried to say...
The Vallejo Police Department, because this happens in Vallejo.
Oh, right. That's right. Initially, they tried to say, like, yo, it's her fault, right? She's pretending to be going on. Then they blame both her and the fiance. But it's kind of funny because the Vallejo Police Department, unfortunately, is very well known for being a corrupt police department.
Right.
Sean Monterosa, I'll just say that name, and if you got time, Google them. And that encapsulates the incompetence of the Vallejo Police Department. If this movie, American Nightmare, doesn't do enough.
Oh, girl, they are raining down on Vallejo Police Department. Everybody coming out with their stories on social media. Tying back in to Sergeant Misty Caruso, she wasn't even a part of this same department. She had a whole nother crime about a peeping Tom in her neighborhood.
In her jurisdiction.
From the same guy. The guy's from Sacramento. And she busted the guy for her crime. But you know what I love about women of color? Is that this bitch found one blonde strand hair and said, this don't belong here, and could not let the shit go.
Right.
How many women of color has found a haircut? How the fuck did this long blonde strand hair get here?
Right. That was her.
And would not let it go. And because she would not let it go, she trusted her instincts. She solved not only her crime, but countless others.
But what about the aspect of that story where it's like media obsession, media consumption obsession? They were so targeting that movie Gone Girl at the time, which was really popular.
Once they made it up in their mind that it was a Gone Girl,
they would not let it go.
They weren't investigating shit else.
And I guarantee you, if this was 1975, something like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's movies. That's movies. That's 2020, 2000 plus. But
so
I like that. I know that's right. Shout out to Sergeant Misty.
Right.
Caruso.
So no shouts out to Matthew Mueller, who was the weird, creepy ass nigga from Sacramento, giving us a bad name.
More than a bad name. On top of that, also giving lawyers a bad name. He was a Harvard law graduate. A Harvard law graduate
that left his phone at the scene of the crime.
I think he went to Bella Vista High School.
They called his mama from his phone because it said mom, and said, "Hey, we just found this phone. Do you know where we can return it to him?" "Oh yeah, he's living up in my house in Tahoe."
He wanted to be found.
Busted it.
Even after
he was the most gentle rapist ever, though.
He was really.
He said, "You know what? You should get a dog after this. Next time people won't come in here if you have a dog." He was giving the bitches tips.
That's basic shit. I got 2 dogs. Fuck is you talking about? Like,
dogs going crazy. Even if you got a Chihuahua, ladies.
Yeah.
You can scare a nigga off from coming to your house and trying to rape you in your sleep.
I ain't even gonna get into what you should do in your own house with the gun shit, but American Nightmare. That's kind of like I know that's right for Sergeant Caruso, but also a hot new drop because that movie
Yes,
is doing
and an update on Sergeant Caruso. Since the film has come out, she has gotten a raise and a promotion. She is now a lieutenant. So
okay.
congratulations to her.
I better be a lieutenant. I better be something after all.
Cause the girl made me cry.
Cross jurisdictional crime solving.
Yeah.
I better be a lieutenant or something.
And now going on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, what else has been playing? Not only American Nightmare, but American Dream. American Dream dropped by 21 Savage. It is a no skipper for me. I don't know if he really talk about shit.
He's doing a full press run.
It's not really much growth in it, but it is kind of like a 2 Chainz bopper. It is kind of a no skipper on that level. If you just want something to dance to.
I'm not a big 21 Savage fan.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting though, like how all the artists who are doing press runs are like going on YouTube channels like Kai Cenat. Like that's the thing.
Oh, they're going to the new wave, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy. I will listen to it though. I will give it a listen. I hate to be like that person to say it's just the raps or the rap flow, cadence, whatever you want to call it, is just juvenile. I need you to give me a little bit more.
It is giving, baby. It's giving juvenile.
Flow. Like I need a little bit more versatility. I think this is your third or fourth album. We gotta come a little bit more creative. But this is coming from a perspective of someone who's not listened to one song.
Well, with that said, it is number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and 14 tracks are included in the Hot 100 with it.
Okay, he got some features on there.
The features are actually my favorites. I feel like his solo ones are
I'm sure.
But the features, yeah, he has Wayne on there. He has a very soft song, an endearing song that he wrote for his brother Drake.
Wow. What a brotherhood.
Pause.
What a brotherhood.
Rare.
He's also producing some like a mini movie or trailer to a movie or something like that too.
It was a parody.
Go with the rollout.
I heard it was a parody, but we did not catch it. We was actually supposed to sit down and watch it before this. But I'm just letting y'all know we are 2 black people that like to talk, but the technology part is not our friend.
And that's why we're not doing video this week. But I promise you, when we do come back,
we got AV. We barely got AV, bitch. So we're working on that.
When we do come back with the visuals, it's going to be much better than the first time. But we wanted to give you guys something quality. So what I didn't listen to the 21 Savage album, and I apologize for that. But what's been on my motherfucking mind is this Meg Thee Stallion Hiss drop versus Nicki Minaj Bigfoot. This shit has been rocking the internet for days. And
let's take a moment of silence for the Barbs, because let's take a moment of silence.
Let me tell you, I'll start before we even get into this, because I got a lot.
And if you're not, I'm for you.
I got a lot to say, but I'm conscientious of the things that I say about the queen, Nicki Minaj, on any social platform.
Just keep it real. You scared?
Oh yeah, I am scared of the Barbs, and anybody who got anything to lose would be as well. I said something about Nicki Minaj.
Come for me and my receding hairline. I'm ready.
In 2020, I said something about her. They harassed me for weeks. My page is private. How are you guys coming up with all these insults? You don't see anything about me. But more seriously than that, when all of this happened, a lot of people are getting doxxed because of their association with Meg Thee Stallion through the Barbs. That's what they're known for.
Take it to me again.
So doxxed is basically when you're harassed online from strangers. Basically, they find your information. They might call you a job. They might try to put you in debt. They might just do different things to affect your life.
Oh, okay.
But the interesting aspect of this is everybody knows that that's what the Barbs or Nicki Minaj's core fan base does.
Beehive, we did that to Trick Daddy.
they're like fighting back. Like they're getting these people's information, like these specific people's information. They're tracking IP addresses. They're handing all this information over to the federal government.
Good.
For like RICO charges. I've seen at least 3 people say that.
Good. Lock them all the fuck up.
So I say all that to say I'm conscientious of everything that I'm going to say in these next couple of minutes because it's just been so crazy. But so Meg Thee Stallion dropped a track called Hiss. To me, I'll say on first listen, it was
It's an average Meg song.
It's an average Meg song, but
I like it, but it's not over the moon.
An average Meg song is a step or two ahead of a lot of other female rappers. Let's just be clear.
That's true because she is actually talking about some shit.
And I'll tell you, just to compare it back to 21 Savage, Meg Thee Stallion's flow is awful juvenile and rudimentary. But every time she raps, I want to hear it. And every time she raps, it sounds like something better. But it's also in that same category as 21 Savage as being rudimentary, juvenile, as opposed to something that's a little bit more intricate. You know. So, well, anyway, so she releases this track, and in the most controversial line amongst it all, which everybody seems to think got Nicki Minaj to respond, was her saying, what was it? Bitches worried about Megan when they should be worried about Megan's law. And if I really have to explain this to you, you've been living under a rock. But Nicki Minaj is married to Kenneth Petty. Now, Kenneth Petty was convicted of a number of things, but the most relevant of which being attempted rape back in 1995. And Megan's law is the law that requires sex offenders to register as sex offenders and be placed on a list.
Girl, and Hollywood Unlocked went on to Megan's Law and looked his name up and screenshotted it and put it on as a post.
That's the crazy thing.
To show everybody
that's
that
public
it was.
information. You can look up anybody. You can also just search.
And he on there smiling, looking cute.
He has to update the picture every 30 days.
Oh, okay, because he was fly on the picture.
You got to update the picture. That they want to know where he is. But so in response to that, like Nicki Minaj went on what I would call a bipolar, like manic episode of just out.
Girl, that was nothing but pure cocaine, premium cut. It don't melt fast.
There had to be some personality disorder mixed in.
Yeah,
that one.
It was tinted a little yellow. And she had the real good. Because
so she gets on. Not only does she get on her platform, I don't know if it was Queen Radio or if she was just going live, and she proceeds to call. She says all this thing in her live, calls her big friend, talks about her dead mom, online on her dead mom.
It was the dead mom for me.
Her beef with her best friend. And then
it was comical until the dead mom.
And then she makes a song about it and says all the same thing. It's kind of like,
you gave us all them punchlines, baby.
You already heard all of this.
But you know what's crazy? Natalie has been on an Instagram cleanse, right? And I just got into town yesterday. Natalie picked me up from the airport. I'm like, bitch, have you been seeing all the shit going on with Nicki Minaj and Megan? She was like, what? She ain't been on Instagram, so she had no idea. So what I did was I played the song Hiss, and then I played the song Bigfoot. And as she's listening to Bigfoot, she's dying laughing like, oh my God, Nicki's going in. What did she do to deserve this? Da, 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 da. But the song back to back, if you didn't get all that drama in between, is a better song.
I have to disagree. The bars that Meg wrote, the mantras.
No, I gotta give it to the barbs. It was better. But where y'all lost me at was the on your dead mama, on your dead mama, on your dead bitch. That's definitely
you know. I'm sorry, Meg killed her with that bar.
I can't. It shows how pressed you are. How you oppress your 41-year-old asses over this 26-year-old girl.
But that's kind of like when she got into it with Lotto. It's kind of really, and that's the thing that she doesn't understand is you were really up on a pedestal as far as female rap goes. And
Beyonce would never.
There's so much young talent right now.
Beyonce would never.
Where you basically, because you've attacked the young talent, multiple parties, Lotto, Meg, all the ones who have the potential to eclipse your legacy. You tainted your legacy by involving yourself in pretty much hate.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have gone viral with his because they have chose a side.
Ari, she has some shit to say to Ariana Grande fan because Ariana Grande like the release. The gist of it is it was a better song from Meg. It was a better rollout. She had
And
better
Meg's song
visuals.
is number one now.
Meg's song has been number one for a while. Hers didn't drop down to number 23 or something like that because it was like she was going mad.
I did see on Instagram today that Bigfoot has charted higher than any of the songs from the album she dropped.
That's sad because I don't think anybody really listened to what she dropped on her album. And the crazy thing is,
even the Everybody, that was a slap. That was ready for the summer. And Bigfoot has trumped your entire project.
That's crazy. And I think the thing about it is you could be cool with her. Lotto was cool with her. She went bad on Lotto. Meg was cool with her. You went bad on Meg. Ice Spice will be next. JT will be next. It's boy, she has some type of personality.
She's a narcissistic mother.
I think she's borderline personality. But let's not play with mental health. I'm sure she has some dual diagnosis.
No, that was nothing but drugs. When you on drugs and you talking to yourself, she needs a friend.
She just happens to have a platform of like.
She needed a friend that she could tell all that shit to, instead of the gram.
Well, yeah, because her following again the bar was just taken too far to the point where the police have had to get involved with protecting Megan Thee Stallion's mother's race because they're attempting to vandalize it.
Wow.
So to me, it's like when you have a following of such dedicated people, when they're willing to risk their real life and freedom for someone whom they have no real connection to.
That's low key. That's a be above and beyond growth.
That's low key. Charge this bitch with a RICO immediately. Like,
get her out of here.
But yeah,
and silence her.
But even when she was,
and I used to love you, girl.
When she was on her press run, she went on the Kai Cenat show. I knew something was wrong then. She had her leg popped up. I'm like, yo,
it was the crazy eyes.
It was just
like later when she finally tells everybody she had to go to rehab. We're gonna be playing it back like we play back the Whitney videos.
Oh yeah, that motherfucking documentary is going to be insane.
Yeah, you know how it took us years to really figure out Whitney and Bobby was high. We was just like, they so crazy for so long, and then once they started sweating with it, we was like, oh, they're high.
That's where Chris Brown.
And then we start playing the videos back like, oh, they was high this whole damn time.
I see Chris Brown in a picture of the girl Tyler.
He the sexiest high nigga I know, though.
He was looking good, but the way he was sweating,
I snort a line off that dick.
I said, oh yeah, I see it. I see what he's on.
No, but I'm just kidding. He do be looking like a skeleton sometimes with a wait, not Nicki in there talking about, but when you was rubbing on Tori's toupee. I felt offended.
I also think like it's just kind of corny to be bringing up the Tory thing because we flipped this over 100,000 times. The nigga went through a full trial and was convicted. He attempted an appeal. What do we have to say?
Go ahead, Meg, for Sam.
To prove that he did the shit.
What she say? You want your motherfuckers get his V pay? What?
Go get his J pay or something.
Go get his J pay.
Go have a conjugal visit.
If you love the nigga so much, go get a conjugal visit, bitch.
Come on, we had legal professionals, district attorneys, and public defenders do a full trial. It's over with. What are we talking about? Stop bringing that up. That's corny. Like, and also learn how to rap. Like, if you're going to do it in a way where it's clever and witty and like makes us think.
Could you imagine
literally shouting "dead mama"?
And could you imagine Drake remember the whole Drake and Kanye beef? Yeah. Could you imagine Drake firing back at him like, "On your dead mama, on your dead mama, on your dead mama, lied on your dead mama"? Like,
you killed your dead mama.
Yeah. Niggas would be like, oh, this nigga did cross the line.
in there.
You already know he got a mental health problem.
And the thing about hip hop and the thing about hip hop beef and all that shit is
A nigga would never
line. There is a line. We just,
there's a line.
You just don't know
bitch.
where it is until somebody really crosses it.
Yeah.
And she crossed it, and maybe if the bars was a little bit better, we might have gave you a pass. But that's all I have to say about Nicki Minaj. No disrespect to the Queen or the Barbs. Please do not dox me. I don't have the money or the wherewithal to fight that.
You know what you did, bitch. So I'm a gay motherfucking man. I'm about to tell you how it really is. You really disrespected a lot of shit. And you're going to have to stand on that shit. And the only way I'm forgiving you is if you go to rehab. And now you're going to become a lot of memes. It's going to be a lot of memes. You need to go to rehab. I hope you ain't breastfeeding.
Oh, the baby is like 3 or
The baby's high if you're breastfeeding.
Oh my! Okay, that's the other drops. Hiss and 6 foot. Take a listen and decide whose side you're on. You better pick a side because Nicki Minaj ain't taking no motherfucking.
Pick a side. Pick a side.
Spence rider.
I'm on a thick chocolate bitch side.
8.
After that,
The real Tina Stone. Okay. In other news and another more political side of things.
have you seen what's going on with Donald J. Trump? How America is bringing him back into the political spectrum.
I think he's won most recently Idaho or something. It's kind of insane. DeSantis dropped out of the race. Like, I think the Indian dude dropped out. I forget his name.
None of these niggas is gonna be able to compete with the Trumpsters.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Listen, my only request:
Liberals aren't voting.
if just get someone on the ballot who agrees to get student loans. I have no other request. Like, if you're in office.
Biden half dead. Is this the second time or the first?
This is his first. He can run again.
Niggas look dead.
And Trump is really utilizing the galvanization of the war in Israel to get more stupid motherfuckers on his side. He's talking about, like, he's running his campaign on the theory that, hey, remember when I banned them Muslims before? We can bring them back.
And that's disgusting. He said the first thing that he wants to do when he comes back is to ban the Muslims. And what's crazy to me was not that he said that, because we knew that's how he felt. What was crazy for me is that after everything that has gone down, is that the crowd went crazy.
What insane. And I bet you they was in Idaho, Ohio,
it never discussed
Arkansas or some shit.
It never discussed me what Trump says. He is one of the most entertaining motherfuckers. When I tell you that The Apprentice was one of my favorite motherfucking shows.
The Apprentice with Omarosa.
With everybody, bitch. My favorite season was with Mimi and what's Michael Jackson's sister name? LaToya Jackson.
Oh, I never watched.
And she said, "Bitch, you need to get over there because you looking like a ghost." me with that little voice, bitch. You're not fooling me. I was like, oh, they wasn't ready for me.
Diddy leaks is too fucking much. What about how she was
looking like she's like, bitch, I'm calling her Casper from now on. I was like, how do you bully a Jackson? But
just like,
go for it, ho. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Trump, we are the only nation who will take a reality TV star and make him the leader of the free world.
Yeah, and it was entertaining.
California has the 7th biggest economy in the world, and we said, get the Terminator.
Because we trust him. We felt like he saved the world 3 times.
We also had Ronald Reagan.
We watched him save the world 3 times, and he got a nice side because he did twins.
It just never ceases to amaze
me. This is how we think.
I think
this is the power of media, though.
No, that is the power of media. I seen a study done, and it was like looks was the number one thing, and the height if you're short. That really played a role in how you do in the polls, and that's why DeSantis, which was one of Trump's biggest competitors in the primaries, that's why he won. That's crazy, right? Fuck your political ideologies. Fuck your policy presentation. Are you handsome and are you tall?
Can I ask Latinos one thing? Latinos, what is it about y'all supporting people that don't support y'all? I don't get it. I think you guys are swaying over the totem pole sometimes. And it be like, y'all be hella ready for Trump. When Trump do not fuck with y'all.
I think there's racist in every race.
Yeah, it's probably about 30 black people in the country that agree but listen, I feel like it's millions of Latinos.
Probably, but listen, the worst part was when they had the kids in the cages and with the silver blankets and it was still motherfuckers supporting them. I couldn't believe it. I said, they got your people in cages. There should be nothing more to say.
And what kills me too is one thing I really need to make clear is that while he's saying make America great again, you guys do realize that we are the United States of America. There is also a Mexico and a Canada in North America. So if you really want to talk about it, we're all North American. I'm a Californian. I was born in California. You're a Californian. You were born in California. Because we don't really have a country name. We are the United States of this continent, America, that we're not alone on. So you're trying to say that we're making America great again by secluding some people that are a part of the South Part, which is commonly have been done through redlining in all history. Y'all cut the South out because it's too dark down there.
Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't even make any sense how you can tell yourself that you're making America great again when these people are American.
My thing is, who are they going to put up against him? Biden? I don't know. The other one would be Kamala, but I think the racism is so rampant.
Which we're scrambling.
So rampant.
If Taylor Swift come out and support Trump, it's a wrap. He won. They're terrified. Everybody on the Democrat side is terrified. If Taylor Swift says she supports Trump,
that's another fan demographic I want nothing to do with. I think they're called the Swift. I want nothing to do with them either. I heard something about them getting some type of legislation for her. I don't know what the issue was, but as soon as they said legislation,
I want to congratulate Taylor Swift because she somehow, I don't know who her demographic is, but I took the time to watch her Eras film because her and Beyonce both went on tour. They were both the two biggest tours. Her tour outsold Beyonce's. Congratulations. Her film outsold Beyonce's. Congratulations.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but to me, I had no idea that her white specific audience, because I watched the Eras, I looked all through them audiences in that tour. It was predominantly white women.
That is
not even men, white women.
That is what Beyonce.
But then Beyonce has white women, the entire gay community, plus black women, Latin women, and it's crazy to me how the white women is still outnumbering.
Well, also
four different communities that Beyonce has tackled.
Well,
into
I think
her
Taylor Swift tickets are also very expensive. Well, I think Beyonce's was too. I'm not going to neither.
They both was expensive, and one bitch is talking about the rights of people of color and young girls that are black and need to have representation, and how gay people should have representation, and the other girl is talking about going to Starbucks and thinking a guy is cute that works there. And it's just crazy.
Do you listen to Taylor Swift, sir?
I don't.
Okay, so you don't know what she's talking
about. But I know the songs on the radio.
Oh yeah, she do got some names.
She be on the radio, you can't deny them.
Is that her song? Hey, ma, playing my song.
No, that's definitely Hannah Montana bitch. That's definitely Miley Cyrus. Twerk, Miley, twerk. Hey.
She went through her little black phase.
Yeah, she was.
All it girls have a black phase. Remember when J-Lo went through her black phase?
I'm ready for Taylor Swift black phase.
She low key is. But
Come
she's
to the
dating,
dark side.
Travis Kelce, who
The NFL player.
on
Is he
dates
going to the
black
Super
women.
Bowl?
Yeah, he's going to the Super Bowl. His last girl.
She
was
paid
Super
for it.
Bowl.
She paid for it.
No, they go to the Super
She
Bowl.
paid for it.
They go to the Super Bowl.
That is not a coincidence.
That the Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yes. No, I it's rigged.
No, the Kansas City Chiefs are just a lot better. Than
No, that is the power.
We don't have to talk about
that
sports.
is the power
Please,
of
no.
Taylor Swift
Please,
pussy is getting niggas to the Super Bowl.
We're gonna keep things legitimate and not.
I'm surprised she ain't doing the
Taylor Swift
halftime show. I'm surprised they didn't pull Usher when they found out.
Get Taylor in here now.
Get her in here.
Do you
now.
know how many Stanley Cup bitches will be in here
Do
if we
you
get
know
Taylor
how
at
white
halftime?
America would be so proud to see our.
Hey, you're being funny, but that's exactly how it was when Beyonce did this halftime. Like the black woman was like, "I'm just here to see Beyonce."
Of course, she's our leader.
I'm really a sports fan, so I actually watch football.
We always down. So you know, Trump is a motherfucker.
Speaking of, that'll kind of segue us into our next segment, which is please be fucking for real.
Please be fucking for real, but quick.
When we talk about middle America, which is, for lack of a better term, the core support of Donald Trump.
I'm gonna need y'all to please be fucking for real. The way y'all clapping and jumping up and down for some bullshit, I had no idea we were still this racist. And it hurts my soul that it's that many of y'all still alive. Because I know y'all all over 40. I know everybody in the audience is, and if you over, and
I thought
if
we
you
arrested-
under 40,
This
you
is-
are spawn of these motherfucking haters.
I thought these motherfuckers that got arrested behind the January 6th shit. How are these people even allowed to vote? Are they not felons? We should have took away their right to
These
vote
niggas
and
have
participate in
bail money.
democracy when they staged a coup on our government. Anybody involved, anybody associated with, and I mean like they
Oh,
did.
they feel
them
like
up-
they got a real tie because they didn't went to jail for it, nigga. So they probably
They
out
shouldn't
here.
be
I
a
forgot
felon
about
and they
that.
shouldn't be allowed to vote. Donald Trump should not be winning. But this is a fucking, I don't know what to say. That's the fucking news. But so please be fucking for real, Donald Trump and his core support group of middle Americans.
Yes. And also, please be fucking for real to these police officers. Tying back to American Nightmare. Please be fucking for real.
Specifically Vallejo
Because
PD.
it should be a fucking law that even if you don't believe a person's testimony, that you should still pursue the lead of what they say, even if it's
Well,
a
there
wild
is,
goose
but
chase.
to take it even further, there is a law against malicious prosecution. And when they got on national TV and stated they're wasting resources, they got to settle it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they got $4 million each.
But my please be fucking for real, and this is to really kind of tie into what I talked about last week. Last week I talked about I know that's right. And my please be fucking for real is a woman who had the opportunity to be the black female Keith Lee when it comes to this hair shit. Because Lord knows, as black women, we need somebody to go out here and be the guinea pig.
So just to give you a rundown, when she means Winnie Parker Queen Keith Lee is if you haven't listened to it, Keith Lee is someone that does food reviews all across the country that garnered a lot of followers because he doesn't go into these restaurants and ask them, can I film? Can I do a review? He just actually orders the food like a regular customer to see how long it is, to see what the quality is. So that's what's got him a lot of followers.
So Winnie Parker, and the reason I say she could have been the black female Keith Lee when it comes to this hair shit, because she initially went viral because she was filming in her car and she had half her hair done and she's like, let me tell you why I look like this. And her whole story was she went to a black hairstylist in, of course, Atlanta. And after dealing with mad different things on the website, all the different protocols and procedures, She gets there, has another woman in the chair for 2 hours before she ever touched her hair, starts talking on the phone, so she bounces. Anyway, what comes from this video is unexpectedly many sponsorships from like Macy's.
Her hair still ain't cute though.
She is not the best looking woman in the world.
Hair look AliExpress in the motherfucker.
She should have been grateful of this, but so she had these partnerships, and after she put out her campaign, she did her collaboration. She didn't garner as much attention as she thought she would, especially based on how she did in her initial viral video. So she makes a video and she comes out and says, this is why I cater to a white audience, because a black audience just doesn't support you and it doesn't result in like a monetary gain. And when I tell you the comments ate her alive, ain't that woman alive? Ain't that woman alive? They found this woman's baby daddy.
The internet don't
he
stop.
was exactly who you thought
Don't
he was.
Stop, won't stop.
He was a white man.
Ooh.
So
no, Winnie.
Yeah, so
Winnie
no,
the Pooh Parker.
So to say something like that about and the main comment that they were saying was, bitch, this was trash. You went in there, you made it real generic. You should have tied it into the way. Like, oh, I'm going to get ready for a day, something. You tried to do the typical white girl collaboration, and it fell flat. It didn't work for you. And instead of you taking it back to the drawing board and figuring out what the fuck you did wrong, you blame like a white woman, like a woman like yourself of your caliber would. So,
and then one of her friends from high school came out. A brother came out and did a whole video talking about, yeah, I knew Winnie from high school. We was one of the only black kids at the school. It was all white kids, and she been like that. She been fake. She been a pick me. She been wanting to act white.
It's so crazy, and he really tried to tie it to like, oh, proximity to whiteness produces, sex. It is something that they internalize so much that it translates.
That's what she believed.
Her work ethic or her business practices. But I find it interesting because you and I were talking, and we were talking about doing business.
Yeah.
Black hair,
I mean, my family, my aunt, my grandparents, my grandfather specifically, he'll always get on me because he'd be like, oh yeah, I was going to tell somebody about you doing hair, but I know you don't do black hair. And he think it's funny, but then it's really, I love doing black hair. I think that color looks so beautiful on black women's skin. And I really specifically focus on blonding. My expertise is blonding, highlights, and weave extensions. But I do blendable weaves. I don't really do like full sew-ins with the little leave out and all that. But either way, the only reason I went into that market was because of I'm always looked at things from a business point of view. So when I was in business, I seen that the highest ticket price was doing highlights. That's what I focused on practicing. You know what I mean?
Well,
regardless of the color.
Well, things have changed because it's interesting because I went on a very popular hairstylist website who kind of built their whole brand off helping you grow your hair. And I just wanted to look at the prices, and for a wash, dry, trim weave was $565 fucking weave.
And I feel like it is well deserved. Go ahead, at Dream Girls and Elk Grove.
I wasn't gonna say the name,
well
but
deserved.
I
think it's worth every penny. Dream Girls, get your money because them bitches got thick, long hair down their back, and everybody needs to go. I want to take a class from y'all because I want them same growing hands. And if I'm growing your hair back, you better believe I'm charging that for
$565 for a leave out is a little bit much. Like $250, $300 is where I draw the line. If you're going to do the wash,
bitch, do you see how much rent is now? Inflation is going up.
So you gonna get it all off one client?
Girl, I know. Y'all got. If anybody can afford it, it's this bitch sitting next to me right now.
No,
She
I'm
is
telling
just
you,
being frugal.
I ain't
Because
paying.
I'm not gonna be making. I'm not gonna take the same thing as your eyelash tech, bitch. When I'm doing your whole hair down your back.
I'm not paying $5.65 for a motherfucking weave,
But
a braid down.
no.
Bitch. You better braid my. I had a bitch braid my hair down to my ankles.
How often are you going to the salon?
At least every 6 weeks.
Okay, they only have you going once every 4 months. Dream Girls. They put you on the plan.
Yeah, so I'm not paying $5.65 for one weave when I would have to get 3 weaves in that time. I'm not going to keep a weave in for 4 months. That's disgusting. So you're telling me I'm going to have to do my hair in between times?
That's how the hair growing thick. You leaving it the fuck alone.
I'm not leaving shit in for 4 months. Not a weave.
Maybe it's 3. Let me not get too.
Let's not get too far. Even 3.
It might be 3. But
for $5.65.
It was drastic.
Baby, you're gonna have to come harder than that. So that's a no for me. Please be fucking for real. Not only Winnie Parker, but any of these stylists being over the top with the price. It was really crazy in 2020. Bitches wasn't even excuse me, Lord.
I'll pay $75 for a haircut.
New clients in 2020.
It's about how you do it.
That's why I stick with people who stay true to the craft. You know, I think the internet did fucked a lot of shit up. You used to be able to go into a salon.
Remember what we said? Steve Harvey was paying $5,000 for his bob.
That wasn't a bob. That was a full microphone afro. I wouldn't be paying shit. That's word to my mother. So please be fucking for real, Winnie Parker. Sorry, baby. You missed your tiny window. And to piggyback off that, all you fucking psychotic hairstylists who seem to not only saturate the market, soaking up the game, acting like you ain't got no script to stick to. It's crazy. So
let's get back on track.
So lastly, usually what we do here is take some time to read some YouTube comments and tap in with our real BFFs.
So I'm gonna go to the comments and I'm gonna read one right now. It says, "Dear, please be fucking for real podcast. I really like y'all episode. I think you guys should start going to restaurants and showcasing some of these downtown Sacramento's fresh farm to fork restaurant."
Thank you, Fabulous 40. That's interesting that you brought that up because that is something that we plan to do in the future. Once we get things solidified, not only our sound, but our visuals. So that's pretty much it for our show.
Yeah, you read my mind, girl.
I want you guys to keep tapping in with us next week. We'll be back to our regular visuals so you can see this pretty beautiful face next to me and my.
Hey, we'll be back. And you know what? We are actually going to give you guys we want to get you guys all into what we're wearing every week, how she's beating her face, because I love to see it and I love to learn. That's one thing I want to learn more about is the makeup game.
Absolutely. And we're taking you from friends, family, fans, whoever
interact with us, y'all.
Beauty, style, anything you want to know about it, something that you think somebody like me, give some advice, or somebody like my man Markell.
All right. That is Please Be Fucking For Real episode 2, guys. We love y'all. See you guys in 2 weeks.
surfer.